It's time for the trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Be a good time, gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Be a good time, gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen.
Project 2025 would dismantle democracy as we know it.
He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day one.
Is a vision of implementing a startlingly authoritarian form of the U.S. government.
Same thing with the unions. They get their little 5%. They get another 2%. They get another 3%, 4%. Then all of a sudden, they're making more money than the people that own the company.
Do you do larger cuts, corporate cuts?
Yeah, I was planning on doing it. In fact,
You believe in punishment for abortion, yes or no, as a principle?
there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
What's at stake here is democracy itself. It's now Donald Trump's party. And if he's elected, the consequences will be catastrophic.
such a flagrant, toxic narcissist that he wants to take down the entire democratic system with him if he goes.
And I didn't need little Bruce Springsteen and all of these.
Are you surprised that he's trash talking you after all this time?
Not really.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. The stewardship of the nation has been thrown away to somebody who doesn't have a clue as to what that means.
Bruce Springsteen, we have a much bigger crowd than Bruce Springsteen, right? Much bigger. Hillary got Bruce Springsteen, I'll never forget. And the place was pretty full. Not full like our places are full, and I don't have a guitar.
It was okay. It was so worth it. There is no one you would rather go to a Springsteen concert in Jersey with than him. Than that guy. Brooks.
For me, the transformational piece of music was Bruce Springsteen's The River.
Okay.
Which is a journey. You know all the tracks.
Yeah.
And I'm that guy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Chug and chug. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. If you hear any AC in the background, let me know, because that means that this microphone is not working. The tiniest microphone on the internet. I wield it proudly. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good to see you on this fine Saturday morning, 9:14. It's 11:18 Pacific time. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's currently 89 degrees. We have an expected daytime high, I believe 96. I don't see any triple digits in the foreseeable future. Hopefully, we are done with those until next, hopefully late in June of next year, hopefully. I am sick of the triple-digit heat. We had a long, hot summer, and it looks like we're finally getting out of it. Hey, good morning, everybody. I see Applets. Looks like was first in the chat this morning here in the driver's lounge. Good to see Applets. I don't know if I spoke with Applets before. I don't remember. Forgive me if I don't remember, but thanks for being here. Good to see you. Tom Bias is here. Tom Bias says, hey. Hello, Tom. Teresa, T-A-K. In the driver's lounge. Hello, Teresa. Good morning to you. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. I know, Teresa, I think you're Texas, right? So I guess we're already afternoon over there. We got, let's see, scrolling on down. Let's see who else we got in here. Roxanne Arfield in the driver's lounge. Good to see you, Roxanne. Hello to you. Over there, I think in steamy Florida. I'm not sure if it's still steamy or not, but I think Roxanne's from Florida. And if this is doxing, let me know. If I'm not really, that's not what that is, right? It's okay if I say you're from Texas or Florida or whatever, right? I don't want to, for all I know, you could be under some sort of witness protection, and I just blew it. I just gave you up. Hey, Mozart's in the driver's lounge. Good to see you. Hello, Mozart. Mozart says, "Is this AI music? Because it's really good." It is AI music. Thank you very much. I put as much as my input into it as I could. I wrote the lyrics and I put in some of the parameters, like for the style and things of this nature. But I do think those ones came out pretty good. With a lot of trial and error, and I did get a couple of them, because some of them don't sound so good, so you got to keep kind of redoing it until you get one you like. And so, yeah, thank you, though. I think those came out pretty good. Hey, Don O'Leary is here in the driver's lounge. Good to see Don. Thank you for being here. Nathan Hawk. Good to see Nathan, the driver's on. 155 million shares. I don't know what that's about, but I would like to get 155 million shares. So hit the share button. Everybody get on it. We got a long way to go to get to 155 million. So get on that and start hitting that share button. Click, click, click. I'm just scrolling on down here. Jolie's here. Hey, Jolie, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Let's see here now. I'm just continuing to scroll. Wes Webb has made his appearance in the driver's lounge. Good to see Wes. Thank you for being here in the driver's lounge today. I'll try to go easy on you today. Let's see. Wes says, sounds fine. I have my own fans running. Okay, thanks for the feedback. Because I always have, I'm pretty sure that the mic is hooked up. I think I got everything hooked up. But sometimes and Tom says, we hear you and we don't hear the AC. So that's good. That's a good thing. If you don't hear the AC, that's a good thing. Mozart mic measuring contest. Yeah, mine's tiny. It's so tiny. It's hidden behind these little stickers on here. You can't even see it. That's how tiny it is. But I've had very little complaint. The only time I get complaints is if I fail to do something, like turn the goddamn thing on. That's the main complaint. Wes Webb says, "Hey Jolie, 84 degrees here in Rockford. But where are the files? That's what I want to know. Where are the files?" Applets, I'm a faithful lurker, laughing out loud. Well, thank you very much. Lurking's fine as long as you hit the like and the share button and the subscribe button, and yeah, you come in. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're not lurking today. I'm glad you're hanging out with us. It's always good to have some extra voices in the chat too. So, but however you do, sometimes I lurk. Actually, I probably lurk more than I do anything, because a lot of times I'm doing other things, like when I'm watching Hal or whomever. I usually come in, I'll say hi to everybody, and then I kind of check out a little bit because I'm doing other stuff. But I'm listening. And then I'm kind of like in and out, with the chat. I don't have, I'm not able to just watch the chat like in Hal's, because there's so many people and it's going so fast. I can't really just sit there and just glue my eyes to the chat for a 2 or 3 hour show, So I kind of go back and forth, which is fine. It's fine. Mozart says, no, that's Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Joanne Woodward and Paul Newman. Oh, I guess I missed part of a conversation there about something. About movies. Movie talk. Doing a little movie talk. Teresa, TAK, says, we're going to have in the 80s for a week here where I live, which is, Illinois. Why was I thinking you were in Texas? Anyhow, I'm ready for fall. Me too. I'm ready for fall. Tom Bias says, Roxanne, it's been hot and dry, and the grass has been dead, not growing. West Webb, Texas is a big place. Yes, it is a big place. Thanks for that astute observation there by Mr. Webb. Roxanne, nope. Oh, Roxanne's in Nebraska. I'm getting everybody mixed up. Sorry about your locations. Maybe that maybe it's good, because if you are under witness protection, it's probably good that I don't know where you're actually from. But okay, so Roxanne's up there in Nebraska, western Nebraska, over there by what's that? Right there by the state line from Wyoming. When you cross in, anyhow, whatever. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is here. Good to see Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Thanks for joining us, sir, in the driver's lounge. Good to see you. Let's see. Scrolling on down here. Oh, there's Richard. Yep, Richard from Australia. Man, just a night hawk over there, night owl from Australia. Thanks for joining us, Richard. Good to see you. And Teresa says, Tom Bias, we are in a drought in Illinois. Stinks. Much needed rain is needed. I think we're in a drought almost everywhere in America, and around the world probably, because we have a little thing called climate change. I think we're just fucked. West does not care. Okay. Hey, Shannon's Tigre is here. I'm here, me and the cat from Portland. Hey, Shannon, good to see you. Good. I haven't seen you in a while in the chat, so nice to see you drop in. Wes says, "Be as mean as you feel. You be you. I can take it. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me. I gotta be me. I gotta be me." Anyhow, Wes Webb says, "I have some food to deal with. Had company and too many leftovers. You could wrap it up and seal it up or whatever, and take it down to the homeless shelter. Just a suggestion, maybe. I don't know. All full disclosure, I've never done that myself, so I don't know exactly how that works." But Mozart says James Garner. Mozart's just throwing out some names. Oh, Rockford Files, I guess. Okay. Well, I know James Garner is in Rockford Files. I'm just wondering, where are the files? Wes Webb says Rockford Files are in a trailer in California. Oh, that's right. With the answering machine. Remember the old answering machine? Yeah. You're right there, Wes Webb, about that. By golly, I'll tell you that much for sure. Let's see. Don O'Leary says, Teresa, yes, ready for fall. Humid today here in Minneapolis. That's right. Don's from Minneapolis. I'll get it. I'll remember everything one of these days. They tell me your memory gets better as you age. I don't know. That's just what I heard. So maybe I'll start remembering more stuff. Wes Webb says, "I'll go upstairs in a while and listen in the kitchen." I'm going to listen in the kitchen, listen in the basement. I'm going to listen in the bathroom. I'm going to listen in the living room. Everywhere I'm going to listen. Richard says, "Love the theme song to Rockford Files." Oh, yeah. And that was actually like a big hit. It was like they made it into a single, and it was on the radio. Actually, I remember that. Nathan Hawk, you are doing it correct, my friend. Okay. West Webb, Tennessee Williams, right? Tennessee Williams. I don't know. No, you're talking about the theme song? It was like Mike something. Guy's name was Mike something. He had a couple of theme songs that made it into the radio. I know, Nathan. It was friend. I know what you meant. West Webb, me too, Richard. Real music. Hey, real music. I'm a music snob. I don't like Chucker John's AI music because I'm a music snob. It must be made from my hands on my piano. Otherwise, it's not real music. Mozart says, "A long hot summer, Woodward." Oh, because I was talking about it was a long hot summer. Okay. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Taylor and Newman. Oh, Mozart coming in with some movie trivia. There you go. I believe I've seen Cat on a Hot Tin Roof a long time ago. And I don't, it was like a black and white. It was like, what, 60s movie, mid 60s or something. And it's probably a classic, and it's probably good. I just don't remember it all that much. I just remember a lot of talking. And then Long Hot Summer, I don't recall that movie, actually. I didn't recall it. But I bet you I've seen it at some point. I probably have seen it, like on, old TV. When we used to just watch TV and there was no, like, streaming and stuff like that. And it would pop up on, some of the old TV channels would play old movies and stuff. I probably, if I didn't watch it, the whole thing, I bet you I've seen, bits and pieces of it. But I'm just not recalling right now at this particular moment. But I do love Paul Newman. I think he was just a great presence on screen, Not to put anything against Joanne Woodward or whatever the fuck her name was. I didn't mean to slight her, but let's face it, Paul Newman is the icon here. Now Elizabeth Taylor, she's an icon for sure. So those are some good casting there, I guess. Shannon Seagree says it's been raining and cool. Love it. Love it. Love it. Nathan Hawk says love it. Richard says, was James Garner in the TV Western Maverick? He was. He was in Maverick. And Maverick, I think, was a show where they sort of like rotated the... What? No, where was that Have Gun Will Travel? Well, it seemed like they would rotate like sort of the star, right? For some reason. But yeah, James Garner, yeah, he was in Maverick. That was a good show. I used to watch that. That was one of those shows. They used to have all these old TVs, Westerns, like in reruns. By the time I saw them, I think they were already in reruns. But, you know, I used to watch them like all the time. Like Maverick and Have Gun Will Travel. The Rifleman with Chuck Connors. I used to love all those shows. Tom Bias, here in West Virginia, the fall colors have arrived suddenly and they're going to be gone soon. Yeah, they just, like one day it's all green, the next day it's all brown and yellow, and then the next day it's just bare trees. Well, not maybe the next day, but you know what I mean. So enjoy your little fall colors while you can, because before you know it, it's going to be all just ugly bare branch trees. Sorry, trees. Sorry, you know. But you are ugly when you don't have leaves. I'm sorry. This is the way it is. All right. So you guys are talking about weather. I'm going to skip down a little bit. William's here. Hey, William. Good to see William. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. We are a little after-show hangout from House Sparks. From those of you that came over from House Sparks, thanks for being here. If you weren't at House Sparks, that's great too. It's an open forum, open to everybody. You don't have to be coming from House Sparks. You could be coming from the moon if you want to. Nathan Hawk, Aussies No Dry. Richard, Brett, and Bart. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I think they would... Because it seems like they were never on the show at the same time, right? It seemed like. Maybe sometimes they were, but... Mozart, Recipe Portland, now California. Yeah, California. California is... It's being destroyed. It's being destroyed, California. Well, it is on fire, I'll tell you that much for sure. Speaking of fires, I haven't talked to my son yet this morning, but I was talking to him yesterday, and his house, he has a house in the, he said it was right on his street. He's not there. Him and his wife, they've evacuated, and they're down the hill staying at his mother-in-law's place. But, you know, you can kind of monitor these fires, and I was looking at it yesterday too. And it was like the fire was like right up to his street. And I haven't heard today any, I hope they save his house. They just bought that house like, I don't know, 6 months ago or something. And God, and come to find out, at least from the reports, is that this fire and I guess 2 other fires have been started by the same arsonist. And I've always felt this way. And I think arsonists should just be publicly executed. You know, I mean, I fucking hate them with every fiber in my being. And now this is directly affecting my family, my son's house. It might even, I don't even know if it's still standing or not right now at this moment. It makes me sick to my stomach. And so I think any arsonist, they should be publicly executed put it on TV, execute the motherfucker. You know, it's just disgusting. So they've got the guy, you know, or at least give me 5 minutes in a room alone with that motherfucker, and I'll tear him limb by limb. I'll tear every fucking limb off his body, man. That's how fucking angry I am right now about this fucking arsonist who started these fires and burning down the fucking forests, and now the, you know, houses are, you know, going to be lost. You know, I mean. People like that, you know, a bullet to the brain is probably too kind. So that's all I'm saying. But anyhow, other than that, California's doing fine, I guess. Teresa says, I love it when Trump is delusional, thinking his crowd is bigger than Bruce Springsteen. I do not think so. Yeah. And I love that cartoon. I think it's on Randy Rhoads. You know, during her break, they play little like stills of like art, you know, the cartoons, you know, those People draw those. There's a name for it, like these political cartoons or whatever. And there's the one where it's like Trump is in a psychiatrist's office on the couch, and the psychiatrist is next to him. And he goes, "It's like, and are these large crowds in the room with us now?" That's the funniest. That's one of the funniest political cartoons I think I've seen in a long time. Every time I see it, because it kind of comes up every day on our show. Every time I see it, I just crack up because Trump is fucking delusional. He's a fucking delusional freak. He's a fucking freak. He's a fucking... Mike H is here, speaking of fucking freaks. Hello, TJ and everyone else. Hello, Mike H, otherwise known as Joel the Troll. Just so you know, Mike H is not his real name. Joel is probably, that's his real name. Anyhow, but thanks for being here. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the driver's lounge. I'm going to scroll down. Robert Perez is here. Top of the morning to you, Trucker John, and all you lovely trucklers, Democratic voters out and about. Good to see you, Robert Perez. I hope you're feeling better. I don't know, what's going on with the thingamajiggers. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, toilet paper time. A little cold. Got a little cold going. Yeah, I know that Newman and Wood were married. I know that. I do know that much. Mountain bike fans here says, by the way, Joan Wood is still alive, 94, but in care facility with Alzheimer's now. 94. See, that's why I don't care to live to live that long. If I have to be in Alzheimer's and elder care and all that, it's just like at that point, I'll put the bullet in my head or whatever. West Webb, I was a kid, so you were a baby, Trucker John. I was a baby at one time, yeah. Yeah, Richard Boone, Have Gun Will Travel was Richard Boone, but yep, I remember that. Jolie says it's a pool day. I kind of figured. Tom Bias, naked trees are not ugly. I beg to differ. I think they're ugly. Nathan Hawk it is learning from at Trucker. It is learning from. I don't know. Let's see. Nazar says, I'm sorry, Trucker John, fires have ravaged my town again and again in south coastal California, southern coastal. Yeah. And the thing is, it's bad enough that, we have warm conditions, dry conditions, drought conditions. Those are all things that really make fires more, easy to start just on their own, let alone having a fucking arsonist. And it seems like every year, it's always an arsonist. It's always a fucking arsonist. I swear to God, they should just fucking publicly execute them. Publicly execute those motherfuckers right on the spot. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, man. What anybody says. Fucking use a rusty fucking axe and chop their fucking head off. That's what I think. Hey, NJ Daniels here says, good morning, DJT and MAGA have lost their fucking minds and are dangerous. Yeah, they've lost their fucking minds. Talking about losing their minds, of course, it's the whole Springfield, Ohio thing, right? They don't give a fuck. JD Vance, Trump, fucking MAGAs, they don't give a fuck how many people they hurt. Especially if it's people of color, if it's black people and brown people. They don't give a fuck. And they'll just say all these fucking lies, all these fucking bullshit. And now there's bomb threats and schools being closed. Haitian families are afraid to send their kids to school. And it's horrible what they're doing. What fucking JD Vance and Donald Trump is doing. I mean, how could you stand up for that? How can you fucking think that's okay? And how do people believe this shit? Because I've been reading like, oh, this could turn the election because Ohio people might think that, that there's I don't know, that immigration is these are legal immigrants, by the way. And this might cost the election for Sherrod Brown. Why the fuck, if you're an Ohio person with a fucking brain cell, why the fuck would you not vote for Sherrod Brown because of the fucking bullshit that J.D. Vance is spewing? Come on, people. Don't be so stupid. Don't believe everything you hear. That this horse shit that J.D. Vance is putting out. This horseshit bullshit story. If you're stupid enough to believe that, and you're going to vote for somebody else other than Sherrod Brown, then based on J.D. Vance's bullshit concoctions, then you probably don't even have a brain cell, I guess. I don't know. Mazar says, I'm telling the chat, I'm telling people who might not know, I'm showing off and not trying to insult you. No. I didn't take that as an insult. Of your movie trivia knowledge. Oh yeah, Robert Perez, the kidney stones are very close to the heart. Yes, sir. I've got the stones still, but thanks for asking. Oh my goodness, man. Well, I hope you. I don't know how it works. I mean, you got to pass the stones, or I mean, I don't know if there's medication for that or whatever, but I hope we get through it really soon. Because I understand it's very painful. Like I said, I think I might have had that, but a few years ago and not even known it. Because I went through a really super painful thing. Anyhow. Hey, Search for You is here. Good to see Search for You. Thanks for being here in the driver's lounge and putting up with my mouth. Good to see you. Walter Makarovich is in the driver's lounge. Hey, Walter. Walter says, good morning, Trucker John. Did you see what Steph Curry said about Trump's lies in Ohio? It's good. I don't think I did. I remember seeing another meme, like a meme with Steph about, I think when he supported Kamala Harris or something. It was something in support of Kamala. I haven't seen that one. I should look it up. I should probably look it up. Let's see. MJ Daniel says, Germany, 1938. Kristallnacht, that is what they are trying for. Pure evil. Yeah, and once again, Nazis. They're Nazis. Trump and Vance and MAGA, they're all a bunch of good-for-nothing, worthless fucking Nazis. There's Mike H. Of course, making some stupid statement there. I don't know. Let's see. MJ Daniel, fuck Ohio, full of stupid, cruel people. But I know there's some good ones there. Don't listen to the bullshit. Don't fall for the stupid ass bullshit. And we got to start throwing some support, I think, to Sherrod Brown. I was thinking that the other day. I need to go and donate to his campaign. We cannot lose these seats. We cannot let. I want Kamala Harris to win, and I think she's going to win. But it's just as important. We cannot let the goddamn Republicans get the Senate back. We cannot. We saw what fucking Mitch McConnell did. How he obstructed and obstructed and obstructed, didn't get anything through except for, using those tactics that set up getting, the fucking right-wing judges on SCOTUS. So we cannot do that. We cannot be stymied. We cannot let them stymie us. We don't want to be stymied. It's a little word I like to call a stymie. So we can't lose Senate seats. We got to get John Tester in, and we got to get Sherrod Brown in, and everybody else in. I don't want. Mitch McConnell is all, he's all fucked up in the head now. I don't think he's ever going to be majority leader again. But it's going to be a Republican. If the Republicans get the Senate, they'll put somebody in there as their majority leader, and they're going to use the Mitch McConnell playbook. I have no doubt. It'll be just. Mitch McConnell has laid down the groundwork for future Republican, majority leaders of obstruct, and don't let any Democratic picks get through for SCOTUS. We cannot go through that again. We cannot. So you folks in Ohio, you need to fucking stand up for Sherrod Brown. If there's any good Ohio people, which I'm sure there are, I bet you, hey, they're just like any state. Texas is fucked up. Florida's fucked up. There's good Democrats in all those states. There's good Democrats in Ohio. And you need to start promoting Sherrod Brown. Send some money his way. And we can do that from all over the country. We can send him $5, $10, whatever. But you need to start, I don't know, getting your lawn signs up. You need to start doing some canvassing, phone banking, whatever. There should be a big push now for Sherrod Brown in Ohio because, if that's their tactic to do, I don't know if it's going to work or not. But we need to make sure we win these seats. That's all I'm saying. And Sherrod Brown and John Tester, I think, are the two that keep coming up as being the most sort of vulnerable right now. So let's not let them do it, man. We cannot have an obstructionist Republican majority leader in there. We cannot have a Mitch McConnell in there. It just stymies and it just holds us back so much. So, that's my big, I guess, fear and concern about Ohio is how this is going to affect that Senate race there. Nathan Hawk, you are right. I should go elsewhere. I don't know what that was about. I'm kind of halfway in a conversation, I guess. I don't know. Because I'm kind of skipping down because I know I'm way behind in the chat. So kind of scrolling down. Tawada 106 here. Tawada 106. Good to see you in the driver's lounge. Says I'm sure I would love visiting Ohio, but it doesn't have an ocean. So by definition, it's not cool. Hey, look, I'm not going to say like I said, there's a lot of probably Democrats in Ohio. Ohio, not too long ago, it seems like, actually had, it was kind of a blue state. It was kind of a part of that blue wall and everything. And I think fucking the teabaggers and shit fucked that all up. But we got to keep Sherrod Brown, man. You got to keep him. You got to do whatever you can to get Sherrod Brown elected. We cannot lose the fucking Senate, man. We can't lose the Senate. I don't want another goddamn Mitch McConnell or a Mitch McConnell clone in there as majority leader. We just cannot have it. Don O'Leary says someone in house chat said Jim Jordan has been in the House for 20 years and has done nothing. I believe that's a true statement. He's been in there a long time. I don't know if it's 20 years, but he's been in there quite a while. And the only thing he does is take his shirt off and yell into a microphone. Or he takes his coat off, not his shirt off. Takes his jacket off. Because he wants to show his big muscles off, I guess. I don't know. Tom Bias says, Nathan Hawk, for fuck's sake, Teresa is very diligent and greedy people on the chat. Just don't pick up. Okay, I guess I'm halfway in some sort of a little shitstorm there. Search for you. I've sent money to John Tester a couple times, just little bits. Hey, every little bit helps. If it's $3, $5, every little bit helps. And we need to keep Tester in there and Sherrod Brown and everybody. So yeah, man. Williams says Hakeem Jeffries for speaker. Yeah, for the House, of course. And I think he'll be a great speaker of the House. And just remember, vote blue for all that's dear to you. Vote blue all up and down the ticket for what's dear to you. That didn't rhyme as much, but you know what I mean. Because, yeah, it's great winning the White House, but we also have to win down ballot. MJ Daniel, gerrymandering does a lot of damage. It has kept Jim Jordan in his seat. I know, and that's why we need to vote for as many Democrats as we can and get those majorities, because Kamala Harris, people are always saying, well, not you guys, but I know there's, you always see these things about these undecided people. And it's like, I don't even know what Kamala Harris's what her policies are. I don't even know what she's called. I don't even know how she stands or what she stands on. I don't. Oh, they're just so stupid. I mean, she's been telling us what she stands for and what she believes in for years and years and years now. It's not really a big mystery, but she has come out. I mean, she has plans. She's backing, bills and everything that are just waiting to be signed that will address gerrymandering, that will do away with illegal gerrymandering and this very biased gerrymandering. So that's another reason why we need to, vote for Kamala and vote blue down the ticket. We have good legislation that's just sitting there waiting to be signed, but the Republicans will, kill it at every turn, at every opportunity. Josh says, my dad has a theory that you should only be able to donate to candidates you are eligible to vote for. I kind of agree with that. I've kind of thought about that too. But I think that you might have to align that with, having a public finance or something. They might not raise enough money, but I guess if it's, for local elections, it shouldn't cost that much. I mean, it does, but it shouldn't. But I guess if everyone's on an even playing field, like let's say for a district, a U.S. House district, only the people that live in that district could submit, campaign contributions. I wonder how that would work. See, that's why there is public finance proposals. That kind of takes that out. It kind of evens the playing field. Because I was just thinking, what if you're in a district, and then what if there's a bunch of big money in that district that wants, let's say, the Republican, and there's not very many Democrats, or maybe there's more Democrats, but they just don't have the money, So if it just comes down to money and money winning, see, it's always a problem. That's why with campaign finance reforms, you can sort of try to even the playing field a little bit, And the Democrats have campaign finance reforms in their legislations that in their bill proposals or their bills and if the Republicans can shelve it or round file it, they do, So that's just why I keep saying we got to vote blue for all that's dear to you. We got to vote blue all through the ticket, all down the ticket. Let's see. And MJ Daniel says DJT and MAGA accusing Kamala Harris of using radio transmission earrings and witchcraft in the debate, and DJT won bigly. Sure, Donnie. Yeah, and now, of course, I don't know if you guys saw my little meme that I put up. Here's some AI. I don't know if I'm supposed to disclose AI. I thought I cropped this down, but here's a screenshot, I guess, of this here. It's like a chicken that kind of looks like Donald Trump, and he's just too chicken. Little Donnie is just this big old chicken shit. I'm trying to. Oh, now that I've done. Oh my gosh, I totally kind of screwed it up. All right, well, so there's that. There's my little meme that I made, and I thought I had cropped it out. I don't know why it's not cropped, because that was like a screenshot of the post, because I made a community post. Anyhow, so there's a little Donnie, a little chicken shit Donnie, too chicken to debate. He knows he got his ass kicked. Everybody in his campaign knows he got his ass kicked in that debate. And of course, you can almost count on anything that Trump says that the opposite is true. Because so the first thing he was saying is, "Yeah, I won. I don't need to. If you win, you don't need to do another debate." And all that horse shit. He's so full of shit, Donald Trump. He's so fucking full of shit. Yeah, Donnie, you fucking got your ass kicked. You got your ass kicked, Don. Applet says public finance would be awesome. Yeah, and we'll never, ever, ever, ever get that until we get the majorities of the Democratic majorities in the House and the Senate, and we have the White House. Then we can get that kind of stuff through. That's why it's so important to vote. That's why it's so important to vote blue no matter who. I'm gonna go back to that one. Vote blue no matter who. That's why I say that. That's why I say it over and over again. And then people will say, "Oh, you know, I'm not a robot or a sheep. I don't just vote for just for Team Blue." That's not what it's about. It's about getting the majorities in Congress so that we can get some fucking meaningful legislation passed. That's what that's about. It's not about being a sheep. It's not about being a mindless robot or whatever. It's about fucking getting shit done. Good shit done for the American people, for the country. Oh, WW's here. Property, multiple homes make for more places to donate. Unfair to the poor. See there. Yeah, that's a good point, WW. I was kind of saying that. Like, even if there's more Democrats, there could be Republicans that have more money. And so it might cancel out the numbers that the Democrats have. Going back to that thing about donating and stuff like that. That's why we do need campaign finance reform. Anyhow, Tom Bias says, I have to take my readers off for 420. Oh, there you go. Alrighty then. You do what you do. Hey, Pamela's here. Good to see Pamela. Thanks for joining us here in the Driver's Lounge. Pamela says, Mozart, he was talking mean to Teresa and me, got him broomed. Oh, I don't know. Who was that? Like I said, I kind of skipped down. I kind of missed some stuff there, but I guess Jolie took care of that. Thank you very much. I don't know why anyone would talk mean to anyone in here. The only one who gets to do that is me. I get to be the mean guy. All right. Pamela, I ain't scared of no trolls. And then let's see. Teresa says, same here, Pamela. I refuse to put up with the rudeness and disrespect toward anyone and me. WW says, it does not work in Illinois. You try not to vote for the crooks. Okay. Donald Leary says, how is the safest way to contribute to Tester and Brown? I would say try to go directly to their campaigns. I think you can go to you could probably go to Google John Tester or Sherrod Brown, and you could probably find a link that would go directly to their campaign. I think that's probably the best way. I also think I don't have a problem with Act Blue. I think Act Blue is safe, and I think the money will go to that campaign that you choose. There might be. I'm sure there are other reputable ways out there. Maybe some other people have some ideas on that. Tom Bias with his breaking story here. Breaking WW is Wes Webb. Dun 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 dun. No way. That could be true. Teresa says, thank you all for sticking with me concerning Nathan Hawk. Yeah, I don't know what the whole thing with Nathan. I kind of skipped down, so sorry about that. William says, put the California homeless on Trump's golf courses. There you go. That would make a really nice homeless shelter, probably. Robert Perez says, the dog told me vote blue or the cat gets eaten too. That's pretty funny. Teresa says, TJ Nathan told everyone to ignore me and was rude. Why would he do that? Why would they do that? I should probably, not assign gender or whatever. Why would they do that? That's silly. I mean, if you want to have your opinion or whatever, that's fine, but don't get rude with the other folks. You can get rude with me. I can pretty much take it, right? Can't, right? I mean, I might, I might go off and throw some expletives at you. But if you're going to be mean and rude to anybody, be mean and rude to me. All right? Searched for You says Act Blue is how I did it. Yeah, I think Act Blue is I've donated through there. I think they're trustworthy. I haven't really heard anything. Says W says Act Blue is the DNC. Yeah, so that's good. That's a good thing, I think, right? Tom Bias, I appreciate West Webb's multiple personas. WW says upstairs West Webb is WW. Oh, I see. So it depends on what floor you're on. Okay, I get it. Donald Leary says, I just got the notification Tim Walz rally. All right. Yeah, Tim Walz is all over the place, and Kamala is going all around. They're just, I think it's 50-state solution or whatever. Was that the right way? They're just all over, and I think they're doing a great job. Teresa says the Republican Party is just too weird to me. Never will vote red or be a conservative. Not with my two sisters at all. They are foolish Trump supporters. Teresa says, I agree, TJ. So mean and wrong to be rude for no good reason. Pamela and I did not deserve it. Yeah, I missed what spurred that. I didn't really see what was going on. Sorry, because I was kind of scrolling down through the chat. I don't know what that was about, but I think Jolie took care of that, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Search for You. Let's watch together. Let's watch together. WW says, people have been speculating about Teresa for years, but by now she is one of us. I don't think she is Johnny or Mrs. Million. Oh. Is that the speculation? That people think Teresa is actually Johnny Million? Or Mr. I never even thought of that. By the way. They never even, I just thought Teresa was Teresa. And I'm sure, Teresa, you are just Teresa. Tamara Price is here. Hey, good to see Tamara. You are late, but, better late than never. I always say, better late than never. Better late than never. So my dad used to always say, better late than never. Because one time I remember I was a little kid. I think I was like 8 or 9. And I was going to a schoolmate's, a school buddy's birthday party, and we were late. For some reason, I don't know, we were running late and like really late. And I was like, I don't want to go anymore. I don't want to go. It's too late. We're too late. I don't want to go. I just felt like walking in late. Like, I think we were like an hour late or something. It wasn't like 5 minutes late or whatever. It was like, almost an hour late, I think. And my dad just goes, hey, better late than never. And for some reason that resonated with me. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think of it that way. I never thought of it that way. So I got my little shoes on or whatever, and we grabbed the little present that we had, and they drove me down. And the guy only lived down the street, I think. Or in the same neighborhood. It wasn't like we had to drive across town, And we went to the party and dropped me off, and I had a great time. And even though I was almost an hour late. And they didn't give a fuck because I had a present. I was bringing a present. So he was like, yeah, thanks. Come on in. Have some cake, Let's play pin the tail on the donkey. All right. I had a great time. And for some reason, that little thing has always resonated with me. It's always stuck with me about better late than never. Because if I hadn't gone, if I'd stayed home, I would have missed the whole party. I would not have given my friend his present. And I wouldn't have had, all my buddies were there. And we were, we had a good time. And if I hadn't gone, I wouldn't have had that good time. I would have been just sulking in my bedroom probably. Or whatever, and being all pissy. But instead, I put my little shoes on and, my little sneaks and, went down there. I had a good time. And so, even though I was late, I was like 45 minutes or so, or almost an hour late. So that's the whole thing. It's better late than never. Because if you don't go, then you don't get to have any fun. So now you're here and you get to have fun. This is what I'm saying, I guess. Look at this fun you're having. Look at this fun. Aren't you glad? I bet you're really glad you came in now. Anyhow, but thanks for being here. Like I say, just being here, hanging out is great. To have you guys here, but to hang out where we just talk about really basically nothing. Although so far, here's what you missed, though, Tamara. Here's what you missed. We're talking about me wishing that I could kill an arsonist, and that all arsonists should be publicly executed. So we talked about what Nazis, Vance, and Trump are, and how horrible they are for putting out this story, this fake bullshit story about the Haitian immigrants eating the neighborhood pets, and how harmful that is to that community, and how it's causing the maggots and the racists and the bigots to call in bomb threats and to threaten these people, and how dangerous it is to that neighborhood and to that community. What else have we talked about? And then the rest of it was kind of, I guess, just me meandering. So that's basically all you missed. So now you're all caught up. Hey, there's Paul Sharkey Mannion from across the pond. Paul Sharkey Mannion says, "Hi there, trucker or TJ and truckers. It's been a great week. Couldn't really ask for a better one. Trump and his mob are imploding. Just keep calm and on message and let them fuck themselves up." Well, thank you very much, Paul, for that. That's some good advice. In other words, they will be their own worst enemy. They don't need any help from us. Just let them go. Just let them go. Let's let them do their thing. They're going to supply their own rope to hang themselves with. Right? Search for You says, Trucker John, you crack me up. Good. I think that's good. Mozart says, we're talking about arson, the mini Mavericks, AI music, Paul Newman movies, a jerk named Nathan, and so many things. Thank you, Mozart. That was a good rundown. That was a pretty good rundown of what we talked about so far on the show. Search for You says, it's been a real bitch fest. That too. Yeah, I guess. A little bitching here and there. And also toilet paper time. Azolda Zin. Hey, good to see you, Azolda. Thanks for joining us here in the driver's lounge. Azolda says hi, Teresa and Roxanne and Mike H. Applet says, Tawada 106, my son finally had a vacation in Japan and loved it so much. Took in some sumo. Good. Good for him. Good for your son. Have some fun in Japan. Hey, David Windler. Good to see Dave in the driver's lounge. Says, I think many forest fires are arsonists. Lightning doesn't usually ignite. Yeah, and it doesn't always have to be lightning. I think, like in California, it's super dry conditions, and when you have temperatures, really high temperatures, that can start a fire. I mean, just anything that can get some dry, really dry, like needles or whatever. That could start a fire. But you're right, though. It seems like almost every time I hear about these fires, it's a goddamn arsonist. And I swear to God, man, just thinking about it boils my blood. Especially, I don't even know if my son's house is standing right now. It might be. I'm praying and hope to God that it's because I know those firefighters, they do everything that they can to save houses and save especially houses, homes. But there's a point where if they can't, and I don't know if my son's house is still standing or not. But it just fucking pisses me off to no end. And I swear to God, if I was in the same room with that motherfucker, I would be up on charges. That's all I gotta say about that. Hey, Michael McAndrews is here. Good to see Michael. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us in the driver's lounge. You guys make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button if you would. Share the show out. You know, we are at over 3,350 subscribers, and I want to thank you guys for making it all possible, because when you like and you subscribe and you share and you talk, it all helps us to get out into the algorithm. It helps to grow the show. So you guys are awesome. Thanks for doing that, for coming in here and doing all that. Miles Art Bitch Fest. Yeah, bitch, it's a total bitch fest by old Trucker John here. The bitch is back, baby. The bitch is back. And that, I'm talking about me. Robert Perez, is Laura Loomer a freaky, bizarre looking person, or is it just me? Yeah, she's weird. I mean, she almost reminds me of, what's her face? You know, Newsom's ex. In a way, looks like, you know, plastic surgery gone awry, or you know, what's the stuff they fill with, you know, it just looks weird. It looks weird. And how do conservatives feel about, I mean, conservative and the family values folks? Maybe Mike H could answer this. How do they feel about, you know, Trump has been a married man, right? Apparently his wife can't stand him. She's never around. So now he's got this other chick on his arm. They certainly seem very affectionate towards one another. Whether or not they're fucking, I have no idea. I don't see how anyone could fuck that motherfucker. It's so gross. And just thinking about how he just shits his pants all over the place. But how does the family values crowd think about that? He's got a wife. Trump has a wife, a current wife. He's got a few others. Had a few others. One of them is buried in his golf course. One of his golf courses. But he does have a current wife that, as far as I know, they're not legally separated. They're not in the process of divorcing. He has a current wife, and now he's going around with Laura Loomer, and they're like all lovey-dovey. What do you guys think of that? I guess you're fine with that. I guess that's fine. But then you guys want to preach to us about family values? So to that I say, fuck you. That's what I got to say about that. Robert Perez says, if you notice, most of the fires start on roadsides. It's because of people tossing up their butts on the road. It's the inconsiderate smokers to blame. Well, that does happen. That does happen. But these fires that are going on right now that are raging, the one that the line fire, I believe it is, and is threatening my son's home. They've arrested a guy, and he apparently caused two other big fires that are going on. He was on a little fucking heyday there. He was out starting fires. That motherfucker should just be fucking. You know what they did to the Braveheart? You know, at the end. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Here's a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Braveheart, you might want to turn down the volume right now. See, Hal, if you're watching, that's how you do a spoiler alert. Okay? Spoiler alert about Braveheart. If you don't want to hear the spoiler alert, turn down your volume for the next few seconds. Okay, at the end, Braveheart doesn't win. I mean, he doesn't live. And they disembowel him, and then they remove his limbs, and then I think they didn't show this part, but I think they chop his head off and put his head on a pike in the town square, but they didn't show that part. Okay. That's what they should do to this fucking arsonist. All right? That's what they should do to the fucking arsonist. That's all I'm saying. Okay, spoiler alert over. You guys can turn your volume back up. All you that were turned your volume down, turn it back up. I'm pointing to my ear. That's an audio signal, and I'm going up, so you can turn your volume back up. I know that no one turned their volume down. I know. I'm just, you know. Anyhow, search for you. Can he still? I don't even know. But Laura Loomer will probably give it a try. She's probably a trooper in that sense. Paul Sharky Manning says, just a quick one tonight. It's all good, my friends. Take care and try to be nice to people. See you soon. Thanks, Paul Sharky Mannion, for being here. Always good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I hope you hit the like, subscribe, and share button while you were here. And we'll see you on the next one. Pamela says, wait, I'm confused. Are there two Mike H's? Well, I'm confused a little myself, Pamela, to tell the truth. I am too now. Now, have I been giving the wrong Mike H shit? Are there two Mike H's, or is he, got two accounts with the same name? That doesn't make sense. I don't know. I'm confused as well, Pamela. It's a confusing thing. Jolie says, ew. Tom Bias, two Mike H's. Just when you thought it was safe to go out, and now we got two Mike H's. Oh my gosh. Michael Meandros says, reality doesn't matter to maggots. Donald didn't create them, just promised them immunity to install MAGA Taliban. The MAGA Taliban. Mike H. Trump is not cheating on his wife, FJ. I don't know what FJ is. I didn't say he was. I said they looked lovey-dovey, and they're walking. I've seen videos of them like kind of arm in arm, and they got their arms around each other. They look very friendly. I didn't say they were fucking. But do you think if you were married, do you think it's okay for a guy to be looking all chummy and lovey-dovey with another woman? Is that okay with you? I mean, they definitely look like they're more than just on a campaign and doing campaign stuff. I mean, they look, very friendly towards one another. I guess you're okay with it. I guess you're willing to just overlook some things. I don't know. That was from one of the Mike H's. I guess we have two Mike H. Hey, oh, I see. Yeah, because one spells it out, and then the other one is just an H. So I'm pretty sure it's the same person. I guess. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? At this point, actually it was spelled out. So anyhow, we've got competing Mike H's. Who knew? We've had competing, not competing, but we've had like multiple Toms, multiple Jameses, and now we've got multiple Mike H's. Mozart, TJ's a pro. Yeah, I'm a real pro. Tamara Price says, are we meeting on Monday for members only? Ooh, yes. Thanks for reminding me, because I almost forgot, but yes. Okay, members only Mondays. I haven't made my sign yet. I need to do that. Members only Mondays. Let's think of a time. What's a good time, you guys? It's either going to be after house show or before house show. I would think. And it'll probably just be the same thing as this, but only members only. So make sure you have your notification button on, I guess, and look for it. I haven't nailed down the exact time yet. It's either going to be like this time, like around 11 p.m. a.m. Pacific time, or it might be around 2 p.m. Pacific time. They'll be kind of like hangout shows, You know how we do. Members only Mondays. So if you're not a member and you want to be a part of the club here, you better become a member. We have memberships. It's low for starting at as low as $1.99. What can you get for $1.99 these days? Is there anything you can go and buy for $1.99? So I think it's great value. Darcy's here. Darcy says Mike H need evidence for that claim. Good to see Darcy though in the driver's lounge. Thanks for joining us. MJ Daniel, that person needs to be kept off the streets permanently. Some are too dangerous to be allowed in society, like Laura Looney Loon Toonies. Maybe he's bipolar. Robert Perez is asking. We're talking about Mike H, I guess. We got 2 Mike H's. Mozart, chat of too many mics. Don O'Leary says that Mike H. How would you know? Melania doesn't care. Have you cheated on your wife? Darcy, anyway, do not care if moron is screwing into. I personally don't care, but I was just wondering, what does the family values crowd? These Republicans always claim to be the party of family values. So I was just wondering, what do they think? And apparently, if Mike H is any indication, they just sort of overlook it. They're just like, oh well, there's no proof that they're having sex or whatever. Well, I didn't say they were. I just said they look really lovey-dovey, very, very, very handsy. They're very handsy with one another. So, if they're not effing, well, why am I centering myself? If they're not fucking, I know that it certainly seems like they sure do want to, and so I'm just wondering if I guess they're okay with it, unless there's proof or evidence that they're actually having sex, then I guess they're okay with it. Or what if they? I don't know. I just think it was just kind of odd. As far as this is a married man, and he seems to be, really happy when he sees Laura Loomer. Mozart, Trump is a well-documented serial cheater. Applet says Melania and W don't even share a resonance. Yeah, she hates him. I'm sure Melania hates him. Penny to create. We now have the comic styling of Doomer and Loomer. Yeah. Michael McAndrews says it's just too gross to think about. It's just too gross. Yeah. Have you guys seen the trailers for the new movie called The Apprentice? I'm interested in seeing it only because I really like Sebastian Stan, who plays a younger Trump. People go, Trump isn't that good looking. Well, you got to remember, this is taking place like 40 years ago. The story, it looks like, and you got to admit, okay, Trump was better looking 40 years ago. You might not think he's good looking, even in his younger days, but you got to remember he does look better then than he does now, right? I mean, and I think they did a pretty good job of Sebastian Stan, at least what I saw in the trailer, of getting that Donald Trump look from the 80s. But yeah, Sebastian Stan is better looking. But anyhow, I like Sebastian Stan. I think he's a great actor. And Jeremy Strong from Secession playing Roy Cohn. Just let alone, I just want to see that. The story might suck. Who knows? It might be a horrible movie. But just seeing that casting, and from what I saw in the trailers, it looked intriguing enough to me that I really do want to check it out, because I do like good actors and I like good performances, and I think you're probably going to get a good performance by those two, from Sebastian Stan and Jeremy Strong. They are excellent actors, and just for that alone, I want to check it out. Like I said, it might be a horrible thing. I don't know, but Tamara Price says 1400 is a good time. Because I was thinking, like on Mondays, Hal usually comes on at 1500. And so I could come on at 1400 for all you non-military folks and like whatever that's called, 24-hour clock time people. 1400 would be 2 p.m. Over. So yeah, I was thinking to do that. So what do you guys think? Should it be like around 1100 hours, or should it be around 1400 hours? Let me know what you guys think. Mike H, one of the Mike H's, the one with the purple Mike H, says, I had a guy claim that the roadway fires are caused by broken glass and magnification effect. I think there's a variety of ways that these fires start, especially when you have dry and hot conditions. I don't think it takes much to start these fires. Jolie says, you should take us out at Trucker John. Are you embarrassed of us? Take you out where? What do you mean take you out? Like take you out to lunch? Are you embarrassed of us? Yeah, I just want you guys to stay, in the shadows. Doug G says only one Trucker John. That's right. Although there are a few others on YouTube. WW, some arsonists are paid. Well, come on with the conspiracy theories. Who's going to pay an arsonist? Oh wait, probably anyone who's trying to get insurance claims. I don't. Okay, I guess you got me on that one. Mozart, Mike knows better, is in denial. Now here's Mike H. Purple. It's emotional cheating. WW says, I put the leftover salsa in the spaghetti sauce and the butter from the sauteed garlic in the pasta water. Pasta water? What the fuck is pasta water? You're saving your pasta water? Okay, whatever. Whatever. 2106 says sex with Trump isn't even a category on Pornhub. Think about it. It probably will be now. I don't know. Darcy says LDS sec are Trump supporters. They do not care who screws who, and their God can do no wrong. But the Mormon Church, I believe, in Utah, maybe not one of their sects or whatever, but I think I saw where the Mormon Church is supporting Kamala Harris. I believe so, which is huge because, Mitt Romney and all that shit. I believe I saw something about, I think the Mormon Church in out of Salt Lake, or they've thrown their support to Kamala Harris. Mozart says, narrator voice, but the 1400s were not a good time for Europe. Tawada 106, 2 p.m. for the civvies. Yeah, for you civvies out there. Tower price, whatever you decide, Tron is fine. Well, I'm just getting some ideas here about or some feedback of when you guys would prefer. Michael Marie Andrews says electing Harris and having a transition from Biden's awesome president into an even better future will be spectacular, and I'll be honored to be around it. Simplify, motherfucker. I always have to add motherfucker when I see Simplify because of Born on the 4th of July, that movie. Say what you want about Oliver Stone. I thought that was a good movie. Anyhow, I digress. Terrence Bunce. Hey, Terrence. Good to see TB in the driver's lounge. Terrence says, good afternoon. I look like Agent Smith, Trump variant. Forgive me. You are forgiven. You are hereby forgiven. Mozart West bottles his pasta water and sells it. It must be some good shit, man. W says, no, I'm boiling pasta in water that has butter in it from the sauteed garlic. It will be fattening but rich. Well, you go ahead and pamper yourself or whatever. Let your enjoy that fattening, rich pasta water. You enjoy yourself. So what is it? WW, what level of the house are you on? Going by your names, what do you? So you're like in the kitchen, I guess. If it's Mr. W Webb, then you're in the basement, I guess. I can kind of track the movements, I guess, of where you're at in your house by what persona you're in. Mozart, yes, because of Romney, Mozart, Utah will go to Trump. But, okay, someone back me up on this. I'm pretty sure I heard the Mormon church is backing Kamala. Unless that was one of those funny Putin things, like fake news, fake news. It's all fake news. I don't know. Maybe I'm a victim of believing some fake news there. Donald Larry says, "What did Romney say? I missed it on Stephanie Miller's show." Oh, I didn't hear it. I missed it too. Full disclosure, I don't. A lot of times I sleep through and I miss Stephanie Miller. Sometimes I might catch the last half hour or 45 minutes. So I didn't catch that either. If anybody else in the chat did, let us know. Fill us in. Fill Don and I in on what Romney said lately. On the latest on the Romney on the Mitster. Applets says oil in the pasta water stops the sauce from sticking well to the pasta. You guys, just chefs. We got some chefs here in the house, in the driver's lounge, I guess. WW says, laughing out loud, Mozart. I don't sell it. It's too valuable. I'm feeding it to the rats in the sewer. That's value right there. That's value. Mozart says, Romney has just been a never Trumper for years. Apparently, the E. Jean Carroll verdict was his red line. His red line. Now the warning? Applets says, you are correct on the Mormon church, Trucker John. Thank you, Applets. I forget the exact context or what the exact statement was, but I'm pretty sure they've endorsed Kamala Harris. And I wonder now, someone's saying that Utah is going to go to Trump or whatever. I wonder. I mean, the Mormon Church is very influential in Utah. That's ground zero for Mormonism, right? That's their HQ is in Salt Lake City, and the entire state is very much Mormon influenced. So, and plus there are Mormons all over the world, all over the country. And so how might that influence even Mormons in other states? Are they going to listen to that endorsement, or are they going to say, fuck you? It's kind of like when the Pope says shit that a lot of Catholics don't like, maybe the right-wing Catholics don't like. They pretty much go, this Pope's crazy. Appointed by God, apparently. You get the gray smoke or whatever, or the black smoke or the white smoke. I forget what color smoke it's supposed to be. And it's like, yeah, God has chosen this guy, and the Pope is supposed to be, I think, a direct link from God. But I've heard Catholics say, oh yeah, if the Pope said something they didn't like the Pope was saying, yeah, maybe you should be a little nicer to the gay people, and not harass them and try to kill them. And they're like, this Pope's crazy. He's just crazy. So, I guess in when it comes down to it, if something really goes against what a person really believes, they're going to tell their Mormon. What the fuck is the Mormon guy called? The ultimate Grand Poobah. I should know. I was a former Mormon, and I can't remember. But the main. I guess it's the prophet. They call him prophet, right? The Mormon prophet. He's like the head of the church, and then the Pope. He's the head of the Catholic Church. It's like they're supposed to be appointed from God, but if they say something you really don't, you just can't get on board with, then all of a sudden it's like, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want to do anyhow. But we'll see. We'll see how if that has impact or not. I guess we'll see how Utah goes. WW says not true necessarily. This is vermicelli. It will stick to anything, and the pasta sauce has oil in it too. I skimmed it off the top. Wow. Sometimes you guys talk about food and it makes me hungry. Now, this type of talk is making me just the opposite of being hungry, I guess. Applet says Nevada has quite a few. We're talking about Mormons, yes. So does Idaho. A lot of Mormons up in Idaho, and there's Mormons everywhere. I mean, But yeah, there's big enclaves in down here and up in Idaho, of course Utah. Michael Bagandre's dumpy stump has ruined my stomach. Mozart said Mormons are very conservative, was raised Mormon. They generally think Trump is a lesser evil that the abortionist socialist dims than the abortionist socialist dim. Yeah, that's, I think you're right. Tom Pius says the Pope is quoting Hal Sparks, both the lesser of two evils. Yeah, the Pope apparently is a sparkler. Mozart says, I'm sorry, chat, for the well something post, but it is a true story. Oh, I must have missed that. Hey, Rob4419 is here. Good to see Rob. We're in the driver's lounge. Thanks for joining us. Rob says, hi, everyone. Just reading, and I thought, remember when Frank spilled out, is it Marie's jarred fat for her sauces, and she was livid? Memories of Everybody Loves Raymond. Oh, I never saw that episode. I've actually only seen probably a few episodes. Good show, funny show, but I didn't watch a whole lot of them, so I don't remember that. Michael May Andrews says every Republican who realizes what MAGA is actually for, Bibles in schools and girls not in school, becomes a blue voter. I don't know about every, but I do think that we are seeing that separation more and more. Applets, Idaho, Washington, etc. Yeah, but especially Idaho. I mean, Idaho is almost like Utah Junior. Josh, I want to know if the Pope has a papal PayPal account. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. As old as in a Trucker John, do you consider yourself an ex-Mormon? Yes. I was a Mormon. And I'm now an ex-Mormon. Because I left that fucking cult many, many years ago. I mean, I think I was still a teenager when I left. So it's been a long time ago. But Mozart says it was juice. It wasn't dirty. Oh, okay. All right. WW, this is good stuff, covered with cheese. Well, cheese does make almost everything good, in my opinion. Let's see. Applets, I'm an excommunicated Mormon. Now, as far as I know, I'm not excommunicated, but I am definitely not a Mormon. I definitely, don't associate with the Mormon Church. I haven't gone to the Mormon Church since 1979, probably. I don't know, whatever. And whenever they come knocking on my door, the missionaries, I basically slam the door in their faces. I tell them, get the fuck off. It's like, I'm always like, I open the door and I'm like, oh my God, they found me. And I know it's just them riding around their bicycles, going door to door or whatever. But I'm always like, oh my God, they found me. And I'm just like, no, not interested. Goodbye. And I slam the door in their faces. Because they've had them here in this apartment. And I'm like, oh my God, they found me. How do they keep finding me? Look, I'm telling you, the Mormon Church is an organization. They put you on their rolls and they don't want to let you go. They'll excommunicate you, I guess, if you really, I don't know, blaspheme or whatever, but they want your money, basically. I mean, it's hardcore. I mean, you talk about Joel Osteen and these evangelicals, these like super church, super whatever guys. the Mormon Church is like that, but they're like the fucking mafia, man. I mean, they put you on the fucking rolls, and they want your fucking money, and they come knocking on the door, and because I was one of those guys. I was a young, when I was in high school. What was it? I was a fucking, I don't know, I forget what they call it, but I would go out with an older, one of the older guys, and we would go knocking. They called it, I don't know what they call it, Tithing Sunday or whatever. And we would go out after church, and we had a list of names, and we would go knocking on doors and saying, "Hey, you haven't paid your tithing. We're here to collect." That's how fucked up the Mormon church is. And we're going to people that living in trailers and shit, and people that you knew were kind of hard up for money. And we're like, "Yeah, we noticed you haven't paid your tithing lately. We're just here, So we thought we'd come out and get it. Since you're not coming in, we're more than happy to come out and get it." That's the fucking Mormon church. It's about that money. Money, 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 money. Just kind of skipping down here. Mountain bike fan says, my old boss, who sucked, by the way, having that Trump sign right in front of his front door, barf, I want to knock on their door and say, you're voting for a convicted felon. They don't give a fuck, do they? They just don't give a fuck. Because either A, it's all cooked up, it's all, it's all lies, he's not really, they're just weaponizing the justice system and all that kind of stuff. Or they just don't give a fuck. And they're just like, well, he's still better than a Democrat. Mike H, the purple Mike H, I don't know what happened to the other Mike H. But anyhow, purple Mike H says, trying to imagine Trucker John as a Mormon mob enforcer. Yeah. Mozart, they work hard for your money, so hard for the money. WW, we just asked them to pledge. Michael McAndrews, dang John, that was not good. Mountain bike fan John, they are all about the money. It's all about the money. Tim Price, tithe is a scam. Mountain bike fan John, my boss was a Mormon bishop. Wow. Yeah, he was probably pretty self-righteous, My bishop was Bishop Lee. One of them. We had more than one. Josh, I live 30 minutes from Palmyra. Palmyra. Is that where where Moroni found the golden plates, or he left the golden plate? Joseph Smith found the golden plate, or whatever. I think, is that where that was? Okay. Anyhow, WW says, give what you can afford. Lots of people can afford 10%. Yeah, give what you can, give what you want. I don't give a fuck about that. But when you have people, you have enforcers or whatever going out knocking door to door and really kind of being a little intimidating, because you can see people were like, oh, okay, and they're digging out some money, and we'd have these little envelopes, and they would put it in the envelope, and then he had like a little, I don't know, little briefcase he was carrying, and he would put it in the thing, and he would check their name off. But you could tell they were kind of hurting for money, and they were like, oh, all right, That's when I pretty much decided to leave that goddamn church. That, and when they had me go down and be baptized and then confirmed for about, I think, 300 people that had lived and died in the 1600s. They took me and a group of other of us teenage kids. When we became a certain age, I think when we were 16, we were maybe one of you Mormons in here could refresh my memory of what we were called. There was a name for that, but yeah. And we went down to the L.A. Mormon Temple, and we went down in the underground part of the temple. They have these big, giant, like stainless steel baptismals, and you get in your holy baptizing clothes. They have a changing area. You go in. There's a couple of these Mormon dudes, whatever. You get in the water. They read off all these names and it's like it takes a long time because it's like 200 or 300 people, and they say their name, the date of the birth, the date that they died. It was all, and like for me, it was all like the 1600s. And they do all these names, and then they go, in the name of Christ, what do we baptize you? And then, so you're baptizing. These are people that apparently weren't Mormons because Mormon Church wasn't even around then. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to, like, I guess, baptize all the people that were alive and died before the Mormon Church existed. And so you do that. You get baptized in their name. You're getting baptized for these people that are dead for hundreds of years, been dead. And then after that, you go in, you go dry off or whatever. You go back to the changing room. You change back into your clothes, and then you go down this scary looking hallway. It looks like fucking from The Shining. You're going down this hallway and into this room, and there's this room with these other dudes, and there's a chair in the middle of the room, and you go sit on the chair, and then these dudes, they put their hands on you, on your shoulders and on your head, and then they do this confirmation, and they read that whole list all over again, like 300 names. I swear to God, it takes like an hour, and you're sitting there, and you're trying to, like, I don't know, stay awake or whatever. And then they say, and then this is the confirmation. We confirm the thing. It's weird. It's just a weird thing. So I did that, and then I started going out and collecting tithes for people that were behind in their tithing. I did that a few times, and then I was like, you know what? This is a fucking cult. This is fucking weird shit. I'm out. And that's when I was about, I don't know, I think 17 or 18. I was like, fuck this shit. Like I went into rituals. Yeah, Mozart TJ did it. I did it in the same temple with the bulls holding up the basin. Yes, and it was all like stainless steel, and it's kind of like you walk out on this this walkway thing, right? And you look down, and it looks like it goes down for like forever. It's like, or it's a big pit below you, and you walk out. It has rails and handrails, so it's safe and everything. But you walk out, and then in the middle of it is that big stainless steel thing. I just remember it's the stainless steel. I think it was stainless steel. Maybe I don't know. It's been so long. Maybe I'm misremembering. But yeah, so Mozart knows what I'm talking about. Applet says, I don't know the name for it, but I was also baptized for dead. Yeah, it's so, isn't that weird? And this seems weird and creepy. You're baptizing for the dead. And because apparently, the Mormons believe that these people didn't know about the Mormon Church, and so they're just waiting in, like, I guess, purgatory or whatever, and they're in a holding area, and so they will get the message sent up to them that they've been baptized into the Mormon Church. Proxy baptism, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Jolie. Applets, they did it to Obama's mother and got in big trouble for it. Oh, they baptized Obama's mother. Donald Leary, holy shit, Chuck John. WW, real liturgical Christian libs don't believe that anybody goes to hell. Heaven or hell. WW says God doesn't keep track whether you've been baptized. Are you sure about that? Now I saw. Did I see the other Mike H? We got two Mike H's in here, but anyhow, whoops. Rob4419 says, at CVS yesterday, a woman began chatting with me about politics, and I just said, are you voting for Trump? She said, yes, Harris is destroying the nation. How is she destroying the nation? As you are in line at the CVS to get some things that you need at the CVS. Such destruction. WW says, if your preacher preaches damnation, get out of the church. Damnation! Fire and brimstone. WW says, I peeked into baptistry. Was not supposed to, but a Mormon friend let me. I sang in their church. WW, if you were a baptized Mormon, you would know it. Jeff Curry says, wife talked me into getting baptized after heart transplant out in a creek. The preacher dunked me. I came up and said, well, shit, it didn't work. Try it again. I never went back after that. That's pretty hilarious. Jeff Curry, by the way, thanks for being here in the Driver's Lounge. Jeff Curry, I think, is our resident comedian. I believe so. If he wasn't, he is now. How about that? WW says, I'm sure if you were baptized, it is because God ordained it. Search for you. I just can't with these mega churches, too. Yeah, the mega churches. W says, Google is harassing me. I don't know what that's about. Jeff Curry says, Don, the preacher, was a friend of mine. He laughed. Well, that's good. You could have a good laugh. Good laugh about it. And W says, my Mormon friends are tricky. They tell me that they filed down their horns every morning. That's kind of funny. Hey, Cian is here. Good to see Cian. Thanks for dropping into the old Driver's Lounge. All the way from the Netherlands, by the way, folks. Cian's coming at us from the Netherlands. From the Netherlands. Cian says, hello, TJ and all truckers. Sorry late, but the person who gifted me another month, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't remember who that was. It could have been Jolie. It could have been Nick Rich. Could have been Fancy. I don't remember, but yeah, thanks for doing that, whoever did that. And just a reminder, we do have memberships, and you can gift memberships, and that's always a fun way to support the show. We have super stickers and super chats. Those are great ways to support the show. And also, liking, subscribing, and sharing. Those are free, don't cost a dime, and it's very beneficial to the show. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I usually try to share whenever I'm on Hal Sparks or even Liberal Dan or Tara Devlin, Nicole Sandler. Whenever I'm on those shows, I always hit my share button and I share it out to Facebook. I share it to Threads. I share it to my Discord. I share it to Substack. You know, that's what I do. I just hit the share button. I'm just like boom, 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 share, share, share. And every now and then, someone will see that and they'll click on those shows, and so it helps get the more views to those shows and helps those shows all to grow and and get bigger. And that's, we like to have big audiences, and so that we're not just doing this, not for nothing, but we like to have I think all of us that do these shows, we like to have big audiences. And especially when we see, the frustrating thing is when we see these huge audiences, and I know a lot of it is bots or paid for or whatever, but when you see like the Russell Brands and you see the Alex Joneses and you see the, what's his face, Ben, the guy with the eyebrows, whatever, you see these people and they have millions. And we do see now with the whole RT thing and how a lot of these there's like progressives or whatever. We see all these people that are getting propped up, but it is frustrating when you see the millions, and even the good ones like Midas Touch. They're a great organization, a great deal, and they've got millions. More power to them. David Pakman has a couple million followers, I think. Brian Taylor Cohen, awesome. He's just in a few short years, he has grown so much. So there are some good positive examples of, on the progressive side, the liberal side, that have really high viewerships and subscriptions and all that kind of stuff. And those are the three. I guess Midas Touch. There's a fly or something in here. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, but like Midas Touch, Brian Taylor Cohen, and David Pakman. And and even some of them that are coming along really well, like Tennessee Brando. He's got the millions yet, but he's got some good numbers. And so it's encouraging. I guess what I'm trying to say, these are encouraging because you can kind of get discouraged when you see that Alex Jones has millions of followers, millions of subscribers, and all those big numbers, and it just seems like kind of unfair. It just seems like it's so biased. The playing field is tilted so much in their direction for the right wingers, and so that's why it gets discouraging. And then it gets encouraging when I think about Brian Tyler Cohen and all those guys, right? They have great numbers, David Packman, etc. Minus touch, they're doing really, really well. So that's encouraging. To know that the message is getting out. I think there's good, positive, progressive message getting out with those guys. And then you see, and then there's sort of these mid-level ones like Brandy Rhodes. She's been around for 20 years. I don't think she has over 100,000 subscribers. I don't think. I think she's. I don't know. I don't remember now, but she's, I don't know, 50,000 or whatever. She should be in the millions, right? Tom Hartman, he has quite a few, but I don't think he has over 1 million. I think he's in the 100,000s or whatever. He should be in the millions, I think. Certainly, House Sparks should be in the millions. House Sparks should be right up there with the top. So then it gets a little discouraging. And then there's people like, Nicole Sandler, Tara Devlin, myself, Liberal Dan. We're going along 1,000, 2,000, a few thousand here and there, and so I think we want to get our numbers up because we want to try to be on par, at least with our voices, with getting out the good progressive liberal point of view. We want to get our message out there as much as Alex Jones is, or even like Steve Bannon, who is right now is in jail and hopefully having a horrible time, but he has a big following. These assholes like that have these big, huge followings, and so I'm just thinking that maybe an asshole like me, or a good person like Tara Devlin or Liberal Dan, or Nicole Sandler, those are the good ones. They should be getting that type of viewership. They should be getting 2 or 3 million followers and subscribers and views. So anyhow, I'm just trying to do whatever little part I can to try to get the message out, try to get the word out, to try to counter some of the right-wing bullshit, to try to counter, MAGA and all of that in my own little way. And so that's why I guess I get sort of, I don't know if transfixed is the word, but, about numbers and about growing. And so, and I am very happy. I mean, like I said, just a year ago, I think we had under 400 subscribers, and now here we are at 3,350. So, I mean, that's positive growth, and we've done really well. And I thank all of you guys for being here and helping me out, helping the show grow, because it doesn't happen without you guys just being here, getting us in the algorithm and all that kind of stuff. But so anything you can do, like, subscribe, share, super stickers, super chats, memberships. And speaking of memberships, I am planning on doing a members only Monday starting this Monday. I haven't logged down a time yet, so make sure you hit the notification button. Keep me on your radar, and we're going to do it sometime between 1,100 hours and 1,400 hours, which would be for you civies, 2 p.m. Pacific time. Members only Mondays. It's a new thing we're going to start. I'm also thinking about starting a whole new channel, but that's because I do a lot of Vegas stuff. Since I live in Vegas, I do a lot of hotels and restaurants and things around Vegas. And I'm thinking about starting a whole separate channel and just call it Trucker John Does Vegas. And that way I can sort of keep, because on here we're a lot of politics. We do a lot of politics on the Trucker John channel. And maybe I can do a Trucker John Does Vegas where we just talk about Vegas and it's really non-political. I'm thinking about, doing that. But, that's just the thing I'm thinking about. But the members only Mondays right here on Trucker John channel, we're going to start that. So if you want to be in on that, you got to be a member. So, all right, guys. I'm just looking down here. I was sort of ranting, so let's see if I missed anybody. Search for you. I just love our goofy conversations here. I know you guys are a great chat room. And every now and then we have the Nathan Hawks who kind of, I guess, get rude. But even our trolls, Mike H, and occasionally we have, what's his face in here? I forget the other dude's name. And even WW to some extent. And you guys are still good. You guys are great. You guys are getting along, and having good fun. Eric Zimmerman's here. Hey, Eric Zimmerman, good to see you. Thanks for being here in the driver's lounge. Says pull the tool. Eric says David is a smart dude. David Packman is awesome, absolutely, and he deserves the success that he's got. I think he's at. Did he break 2 million? Going for 3? I think. I don't know. And that, like I said, that is encouraging. Janelle Walker's here. Hey, Janelle, good to see you. Thanks for joining us in the driver's lounge. As always, as per usual, good to see you. Cian says, Applet's high. But I understand in the last 20 years, we have a lot of people from the U.S. here, first for work, but then they stay. Pamela says, but they don't have the friendliest personal chat that Trucker John has. They don't interact with their chat. Well, I mean, I kind of cut them slack because that's a different thing. I mean, they have a better format, and they're able to do clips. They're busy talking about clips, and they're busy talking about, they're more professional, I guess. And so it's really hard to interact. Me, you guys are the show. You guys really do steer the content. I just kind of bounce off. I just bounce off of what you guys are saying. So that's kind of the show, I guess. So it is kind of a whole different format, I guess. Hey, Diana Nelson is here. So she is on Freedom TV. I'm not sure if you're talking about Randy Rhodes or whom. But Diana Nelson, thanks for being here, by the way, and joining us. Good to see you. Tom Hartman, the same. Yeah, on is it Freedom TV? What do we have? We have that one channel. Is it called Freedom TV? Free Speech. Is it called Free Speech TV? I think it's Free Speech TV. Don O'Leary says Leonard Leo is using his money to bust our channels. Yeah, Leonard Leo, he's another son of a bitch, isn't he? Mozart, the tiny little mic versus big massive followings. Yes, my tiny little mic, against the world, I guess. Rob 4419, could you and others do a big show to attract more people? A really big show? Right here. Hey, Mike H, the other Mike H, I think it's the other Mike H, but apparently there are two, says, don't cry about your numbers, just keep doing what you're doing. Well, I wasn't crying. Mike H, are you number 1 or number 2? I wasn't crying. I was just talking. I was having a conversation. Cian says, TJ would do one. I would do one with Hal in a heartbeat, in a second. That's where you guys come in. You guys need to go into house chat and keep going, hey, bring Trucker John on your show. Have him as a guest. If you guys do that, it'll happen. If you guys go into his chats and you keep bugging him, and he might not even see it because he's busy doing stuff, but Andrea will see it, and was it Mark P or whatever the mods are, they'll see it. And so if you guys keep going, hey, bring Trucker John on. We want Trucker John. We want Trucker John. It'll happen. I have faith in you guys. I think I have full faith in you guys. You could do it. Diana Nelson says the reason why they have so many followers because just like sex, I'm going to put a comment in there. Hate sells. Remember, Limbaugh had lots and lots of followers. That is why we are here now. Racist bigotry. And Rush Limbaugh was backed by big money. Wasn't Russian money necessarily, but it was big radio money, a big company that put him on 800 stations, 900 stations, maybe 1,000 stations at one point, all across the country, multiple stations in the same market, basically 24/7. I mean, not that he was running 24/7, but he was on one of those stations, probably in those markets, almost all the time, 7 days a week. No rest for the wicked. They would run his shows all the time on 1,000 different markets, 1,000 different stations in different markets, flooding markets. It is no wonder, there's no wonder why he was so popular and influential, because he was backed artificially. If you did the same thing with a Tom Hartman or a Randy Rhoads or a Hal Sparks or Trucker John, put me on 1,000 stations in multiple markets at the same time, run my show 7 days a week in all hours. God damn it. You'd be looking at the next Rush Limbaugh. That did not sound right. That didn't sound right. What I meant was you'd be looking at, the Trucker John phenomena. But no, don't do it with me. Do it with Hal Sparks. Do it with Tom Hartman, Randy Rhoads, people like that. Nicole Sandler even. Put those folks on 1,000 radio stations. But I understand we are getting out of the radio era and we are in the internet era. But there's, so I don't know. That has been probably the main kind of hesitance for any millionaire or billionaire backers, because people are always saying, why isn't, like Tom Hartman would always say, why can't there be a billionaire backer that would put liberals on and stuff like that on 1,000 stations and do it better than they did with Air America, which is really limited. There was a few hundred stations, and it had a good little run there. But to do that now, I don't know, because we are going really out of this radio era and into the internet era. So I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of talking out my ass a little bit here, but so I don't know. If we should even put efforts into radio now. I think we are transitioning out of that, but to at least have that kind of support in any, whether it's internet or whether it's the radio, over the air radio, terrestrial radio. I don't know, to have that same kind of backing of being in all these stations all over the place. If you did that with Hartman or Randy Rhoads or Hal Sparks, I mean, you would have the popularity that would at least as great as whatever Rush Limbaugh got. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make, I guess. But you don't see that backing. You don't see that support financially, to do that. Jolie says the fact that BTC, Pac-Man, and MTN all have huge followings just tells me no one has a sense of humor. Hal should have millions of followers. I agree, Jolie. Hal Sparks should be every bit as big as those folks. And that's not to put down those folks. I love David Pac-Man, and I think Midas Touch is great, and I love me some Brian Tyler Cohen. I think he's awesome. I've loved him ever since I first started watching him, probably 8 years ago. I think during the Hillary campaign, I started seeing him, and so it's been a while now. But nothing against those guys, but Hal Sparks should be every bit as popular. I agree wholeheartedly. So anyhow, that's why I always ask for you guys to share the show, get the show out there. We've got to do whatever we can. We've got to do whatever we can to beat the right wingers, because they seem to have the backing of big corporations that put their word out. So we're trying to go up against that in any way that we can. Michael McAndrews, we like watching you struggle to read the chat. Is that the allure of the show? That's what draws you in, I guess. Apple is FSTV, Free Speech TV. Yeah, Free Speech. That's where Randy Rhodes and Tom Hartman are on. You can see them there, and see it's a station like Free Speech TV. I know there are people that say like you should contact your cable outlet or cable company or whatever, and tell them you don't want Fox News, because Fox News has made deals where they will automatically be on those channel on your channel choices, right? Fox News is always there, and people are saying, you should protest that in some way, and letting your cable company or whatever your provider know that, hey, you don't want Fox News on there. And maybe while you're doing that, you should say, you know what? Why don't you include Free Speech TV and prop them up as much as you're propping up Fox News? Make sure that Free Speech TV is always on every cable outlet, So be sure to mention them as well. Wes Webb says, back downstairs, WW is gone. Hal used to interact more with the chat. Well, as the show grows and the chat goes from a few thousand people to now over 70,000 people, and that's going to happen because it just goes so fast. And he's talking, he's doing his thing, he's playing his clips, and the next thing you know, from the time he may have seen one thing to the next time, there might have been a few minutes, and there might have been hundreds of posts, but in between, So, I mean, that's just normal, folks. I hate to say it. If I ever get to 1 million subscribers, this show will be a different show, probably. It might not be, and we'll miss it. We'll miss these times, but it's kind of goes with the territory. If I get up to 100K or 1 million, it might not be such a interaction, and I maybe more. I should probably try my best to keep as much interaction as possible. But I would suspect if I'm up to 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to have fucking computers, and I'm going to have fucking, I'm going to have the whole setup, and I'm going to be like fucking CNN right here, or whatever. This is going to be the Trucker John CNN News Hour. I don't know, I'm just kidding. Because who likes CNN? I don't mean CNN. CNN sucks, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's going to be like high-tech shit. And so I don't know. It's a bittersweet thing. The bigger the channel gets, maybe there might be less interaction because you're doing more stuff on your show. You're talking about more things. Anyhow, I just want to bring up, but let's bring up some stuff here that I kind of neglected on the last show. I just want to say for this here, look at there, guys. Talking about members and getting and growing. I just want to, again, say thank you to all you guys. Look at there. And this was my little thing sent out from YouTube, like a little monthly recap or whatever. And it says, Trucker John, here's how your channel did last month. Look at there. We got 1,334 new subscribers last month. We had 307.9 thousand total views. Now, granted, the bulk of that was on one video. That was the Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, campaign event or rally in Las Vegas that I attended, and I made a video of that, and I got over 200 and so far like 293 views on that one video. So that really makes a big number. 307,000 total views last month. Thank you all you guys who watched that, and hopefully you guys watch it and share it. It's a great video. It shows the enthusiasm, and this was a month ago, over a month ago now. This was when they were still just starting, and there was probably at least 15,000 people in this Thomas and Mack arena here in Las Vegas, and I think they ended up having to shut the doors because and there were still people outside that wanted to come in. Thousands of people still trying to get in. And I think they eventually just shut it because it was just getting too hot outside for people to be waiting, and they just shut the doors. But it's a great video. It shows the crowds in there and the enthusiasm, and it was a great video. So if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. It's the Harris Walls Vegas rally, I think is what it's called. And look at that, 1.9. Is it million? Does that M stand for million? Minutes watched? That's a lot of minutes watched, guys. Thank you very much for all that watching. You guys are awesome. So that's why we've gone from 389 subscribers last year to now over 3,300. It's because of you guys watching and liking and subscribing and getting us out into the algorithm. I really do appreciate it. So I just wanted to show that and kind of give say thanks to you guys for all that you guys have done. It's really awesome, and it's important. It's important to this channel. It's important to the cause. Of promoting, if nothing else, promoting democracy. Tom Bias is here. Hey, Tom. Tom was here earlier. It says, I'm staying out of it. Hal thinks I'm a troll. Well, prove otherwise. I don't know. West Web, I don't remember that, Applets, but I don't even know what Ustream is. There was Ustream. I used to have a Ustream account. Applet, Ustream was before YouTube got big. Yes, I remember trying that. I think I even did a couple of lives. But it was really clunky, and maybe it was my equipment. I was on the road trying to do it, and it was just all dropping out all the time and everything. Tom Bias, I forgot to hit the like button. I was the third one. Well, Tom, hit it now. If you haven't, it's never too late. You can hit that button. Hit that like button. Go ahead and hit it. Michael McAndrews, I have precious selfies with Angela and Francie, otherwise known as Frangela. Yeah, that's right. Michael attended the Sexy Liberals tour, right? That would have been awesome. Was that the Chicago show, I think? So that's fun. And, if there's some way you could, if you want to post some pictures, I do have that Discord. Maybe Jolie can help us with the link there. I have a Discord page. I have a driver's lounge over there. And some folks have been going in there lately. And I try to drop in there and say hi every now and then. But there's also some great conversations there. So when we're not doing this show, you guys can go into my Discord driver's lounge, and you guys can have more conversations there. And if Michael, if you want to, you could maybe post a couple of those pictures. We'd love to see them. And then maybe, with your permission, I might show on this. I might copy and paste it or whatever and put it on one of our shows here. If you're okay with that, I don't want to do. I don't want to invade your privacy, but I guess I'll take it that if you do post something on my Discord, I guess I will take that as a okay that I could put it on this show. Let me know. Just let me know. We can communicate on that. But yeah, there's a Discord deal where you guys can go in there and visit and mingle at any time of day. It's not just during this show, right? Let's see. Donald Leary, Michael McAndrews. Hello, I listen to SM on, I guess it's 70 Miller. On AM radio, I need a new one. We have a great progressive radio station here in Minneapolis. West Webb, I only have been listening since WTP took over the radio station. I listened to in DeKalb. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm getting really dry, scratchy throat. Yeah, Michael's talking about the pictures. Yeah, if you want to post those, I think you can post them on my Discord, Driver's Lounge. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just going to skip down a little bit here. Ugh. It's like I got a, what do you call it? Scratchy throat. Michael McAndrews says, I met Hal, but I didn't get to talk to him long. I didn't know what to say. Yeah, I know the feeling. I met Hal too. And I didn't take any selfies like a dumbass. Because I was doing a live stream, actually, when I was talking to him. And then afterward, I thought, I could have like turned the camera around and at least got like a selfie from the live stream, but so hopefully I'll have another opportunity to run into Hal and get a selfie with him. Hey, Tim Farrell, one of our resident Tims is here. Good to see Tim. Thanks for joining us here in the driver's lounge. Says, hi, gang. Day drinking at the pub. Just popped in to hit the like. Not even time to make fun of John. Well, thanks for being here. I'm glad you took a little break from the day drinking to hit the like. I appreciate that. David Windler, there will be rednecks and pickups listening to AM for a long time to come. That's true. There's still, yeah, that's true, Dave. I believe you're right. So, maybe there is a billionaire backer that could put Trucker John on 1,000 stations, and maybe it would be worth it. Michael McAndrews, I also have a wonderful selfie with stuff. Hey, Michael, I would love to see those. If you, like I say, if you don't have a problem with it, maybe you could drop that in my Discord, Driver's Lounge, and if it's okay to post them on this show at some point, or at least a couple of them, let me know if it's okay. If not, I won't do it. I don't want to, if you're not comfortable with it, Search for you. Just got an email from John Tester. He needs your money. Yeah, I think I've gotten some of the. Well, I think I get them from everybody, but yeah, John Tester and Sherrod Brown, I think, are the two that we need to worry about all of them, I guess, but John Tester and Sherrod Brown, might be, on shaky ground or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, so we need to try to help them as much as we can, I think. As Old as In says, I'm sure Jordan Peterson has big money behind his podcast. Amazon Music keeps recommending it to me when I listen to liberal podcasts. I don't know, but Jordan Peterson, I think I've seen that. I'm trying to remember if I've watched any of Jordan Peterson. Terrence Muntz, God, something just in there. Terrence Muntz says, Fox News Channel, those gaudy studio lighting reminds me of Victoria's Secret's boutique store. Oh, sorry about the coughing. I don't know. All of a sudden, I'm having a little coughing attack. Michael McAndrews says, if I was your neighbor, John, I would set you up, but I live in Michigan. I know, and you've been doing a lot of camping there, and it sounds lovely and wonderful. Wes Webb, so proud of you, John Fowler. Thank you, Wes Webb. Wes Webb, I remember when there were just a few of us driving around in your truck. Yeah, remember Shaky Cam? Wes Webb, remember Shaky Cam? I would be in my truck, and I was live streaming, right? As I'm driving down the road in an 18-wheeler, for those of you that weren't watching at the time, and you can go back, and they're pretty much all saved on my videos and my channel. And I would have the camera on the dash, just giving you a driver's point of view of the road, but it was pretty shaky. It could get pretty shaky. So that was my shaky cam. Jolie put the link to the Harris Wallace Las Vegas rally. Thank you, Jolie. So yeah, we got over 293 views on that bad boy, and I think it just shows how people, this was a month ago, and people were just fired up and on board, and it's still happening. It's still happening. People are still fired up because look at this. We got Taylor Swift. Finally, we made her endorsement of Kamala Harris, and this is saying 330,000 new visits to vote.org, and the number has even increased since then, of course. And people are saying, these registrations since Taylor Swift has been urging and encouraging everyone to go and register to vote. And she's also made it clear that she is endorsing and she's going to be voting for Kamala Harris. So people are enthused. Republicans are leaving the party, or at least they're crossing over to vote for Kamala Harris, to support Kamala Harris. And that video, I think that's why it hit, it hit big, because people were from all over the country. This was a month ago. It was still pretty new. And they're like, I want to check out and see what's going on. And they watched my video and they were like, wow, look at all those people. And it wasn't AI. It wasn't fake. It was all real. Lots and lots of people, lots of enthusiasm in that crowd, and people waiting to get in and people getting in. And so it really, a lot of people went to that to check that out. And I appreciate that. Michael McAndrews, I went to the meet and greet in Chicago, got COVID, and spent $1,500 to do it, but it was all worth it. I'm sorry you got COVID. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. It seems like that event was a big super spreader, apparently. It says, how do I post pics? I can show them on my personal website. They are great. You would love them. So Jolie has the link. Thank you, Jolie. To my Discord. I think if you go to that Discord, I think you can just post pictures just like you would on any type of a post. I think there's a little picture icon or something. I think. I mean, I might be wrong. Maybe I should click on it and see. I'm going to click on it. Okay, now I'm going over to my Discord. And there I am. Let's see. It's coming up. Okay, I'm waiting for it to... It says I'm at Trucker John's server. Jolie has invited you to join Trucker John's server. Okay, I guess I have to accept my invite. I'm waiting for it to come up. That was not a fart, by the way. I guess I have to accept. It says you're already a member of Trucker John's server, but I'm going to accept the invite. Okay, so now I'm looking at the feed there. We got some people that were in here, I guess, yesterday. See, yeah, so like this person, Kolbua, posted a picture of, I guess, maybe some pot that they're growing. Looks like marijuana to me. So they posted a picture. Yeah, so if you go into here, like if you're going to post something, then there should be a way to do pictures. Like if you hit the plus mark, there's a plus, and then that will take you to your photos. So I'm going to put a photo of the chicken, and I'm just going to put Trump is too chicken to debate Kamala! Exclamation point. So then I do that. I hit the little send thing. It's got a picture, an AI generated. Just so you know, that's not really Trump. It's AI generated photo, or not photo, but image of a chicken that looks very much like Donald Trump. And I wrote, Trump is too chicken to debate Kamala. So there, I did it. So you could do it. You could go to the Discord and you could post a picture in there. And if I can do it, anyone can do it because I'm kind of computer illiterate in a lot of ways, I guess. Let's see. I'm just scrolling down a little bit. I know I'm way behind in the chat. Applet says, us lurkers do help. Yes, lurking is fine, but as long as you hit the like button and the share button, the subscribe button. But lurking is, it's all great. It all goes into the thing. And if you want to jump in and just say hi, that helps too. Let's see. So yeah, that was that link there. There's the Discord link that Jolie put in there. So yeah, you can go in there and you can post pictures. Says Michael McGuire, oh, Discord. I write my own servers and I don't like using any other servers. Never use Facebook or X or any other chats except YouTube. I'll have to try Discord. Yeah, see, Michael, you're one of those. You're like way above me in knowledge of. I don't even know what a server is. Okay, so, yeah, you're on a whole other level. So I don't know what to tell you. I do have another Gmail account also that is like truckerjohnchannel@gmail.com. I think that's what it is. You could go there and send me a picture there, I guess. Michael says, Hal and I are different, but I love Hal, and he would love me too, I think. I think so too. He's a very loving, kind guy, But also, he can get pissed off too, like all of us. Wes Webb says, had a family reunion 2 weeks ago. Some of my cousins didn't come because of COVID, but my 92-year-old uncle still caught it. He's feeling better. Well, I'm glad he's feeling better. That's for sure. Especially at that age, that's pretty scary to get COVID. Hopefully he was, vaccinated. Maybe that's why he's getting over it pretty good. Michael McGanders, I'm very good with computers. I started writing code before DOS, but I don't like messing around with other software. Wes Webb says, I can open Discord in Firefox. Jeff Curry, a server is the person that brings me in the hot wings. There you go. Yeah, that's the kind of server I like. Bring me some hot wings, baby. Keep them coming. Wes says, I learned BASIC before DOS. I had a Commodore 64. Wes Webb, totally vaccinated. See, that's a good thing. Probably saved that man's life. Roxanne Arfield says, Trucker John, I can't post in your Discord because it doesn't like my password for some reason, and I haven't found a way to reset the password. That is all beyond me, Roxanne. I do not understand a thing you just said. No, I understand what you said, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't really know how it works. I don't know why they wouldn't like your password. I mean, I guess when you say they don't like your password, does that mean you're entering the wrong password? You don't know your password, I guess. And you haven't found a way to reset it. Isn't there a thing that says can't remember your password, and then it'll take you push that, and then you have to give them your email address, and it'll send you an email to give you a link to reset the password? That's not happening. That's all my knowledge right there. That's all my knowledge. That's all I can tell you. Anything beyond that, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry that that's not working out for you. But I just told you everything I know about how to handle that. Donald Leary says, Wes Webb, I worked at a nursing home. A patient came to the desk. I want to make an appointment to die. We were question marking it. a bit loudly, I guess. Yeah. Well, I might not blame that patient. If I'm old and 94 and I'm, having to have constant care or whatever, and I might be asking for the same thing at that point. Donald Leary, I already read that. West Webb says, laughing out loud, Donald Leary, my dad didn't wish to die, but after mom died, he kept saying that he didn't know why he was still alive. Died during, if not, of COVID. Seeing, I meant the server. West Webb says, some in here know that I got to group therapy for severe depression. Well, I hope that's working out for you, Wes. It's a tough thing to lose a loved one and to lose your folks. I know it's tough. I've lost both of mine, but you know what, man? My dad. Another thing. My dad. Not only did he say, here's some things my dad said that I remember, and this is from being a kid growing up. He told me better late than never. And I already did the better late than never story. And I've also told the story about how he told me that we are a big enough, and this is like in 1973 or something. We're a big enough, rich enough country that we can do both. We can have social safety net programs. We can have welfare. Back then they talked about welfare. We can have welfare, and we can have Medicare and all that kind of stuff. We can afford to do that. And we can also have capitalism. And I believe that to this day, and I think my dad was correct. We can do both. We can have social safety nets, and we can have capitalism. It just has to be well regulated. It can't be unfettered or untethered. Unfettered? It can't be untethered. There has to be some tethers. There has to be some good rules and regulations. There has to be protections put in, consumer protections and all that kind of stuff. But we can have a capitalistic economic system, and we can also have social programs. We can do both. And my dad instilled that in me, and I still believe that to this day. Another thing my dad said is that everybody dies. And my dad was a loving, caring man, and he, I don't mean to present my dad as being cold-hearted. When people would die, I saw my dad cry, and I feel like crying right now, just talking about, I guess, the memory of my father. I'm getting a little weepy. We love our folks, right? We love them, but my dad always told me, everyone dies, no one lives forever, and we all, that's just a part of life. You just got to accept it and roll with it. So that's like my philosophy too. We all die. We live, we die, and we don't know when that day is going to come. It could come right now. It could come tomorrow. It could come decades from now. We don't know. So you just live your life, do the best you can, and roll with it. And we all die. So that, I guess, that's to try to take some of the sting out of when someone does pass. To just, you're already mentally prepared. We know no one lives forever, And my dad kind of told me that, and those are things that still stick with me to this day. Michael, hey, look at that. West Webb member for 5 months. Going to try this for Tom Bias. Well, thanks for being a member, West Webb. I do appreciate it. A long-time member, 5 months. That's great. Thank you so much for supporting the show and with your membership. Michael McAndrew says, okay, I'm running Discord on my Windows 7 machine. It will be a while before I post the pics. I have to set this up on my other machine and download the pics, then figure out how to upload them. Hey, no hurry, Michael. You sound like you have a really sort of complicated system there. Like I said, no hurry, no rush. Just whenever, if you want to do it, do it. We would love to see the photos. I'm sure many people would love it. And if it's okay, if you post them on Discord, and if I take those and then post them here, let me know if that's okay. I'm sure almost everyone in this post, we would love to see pictures of you and Hal and Frangela and the whole sexy liberal thing. Most of us in here, other than maybe Mike H, I don't know, one of the Mike H's. I think we have two now. I'm confused. But I think most of us would love to see anything from sexy liberal. And but there's no rush, and I don't want you to spend a lot of time on it or whatever. It's completely up to you. All right. So CN says, well, I admire you guys, but I don't even bother to go somewhere else. No time, and I can find what I need on the tube. Yeah, absolutely. You just come here. If you only can, let's say you can only watch one show or one YouTuber, one YouTube creator or whatever this is, make sure it's Trucker John. That's all I got to say about that. If you can only choose one, it's got to be me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Hal. I'm sorry, Tara. Either one of the Taras. I'm sorry, Randy. I'm sorry, Nicole. I'm sorry, Brian Taylor Cullen. I'm sorry, Texas Paul. I'm sorry, Tennessee Brando. If you only got if you could only choose one, it's got to be me. Okay. Now I love all those guys, and if we can all watch all those shows, that's great. But if you only can choose one, it's got to be me. It's got to be me. It's got to be me. Yeah, that's right. It's got to be Trucker John. Come on, don't mess around with it. No messing around. There can only be one. No, there could be a lot. But if there is only one, it's got to be Trucker John. Otherwise, you're going to have Tough Cookie coming after you. And believe me, you don't want Tough Cookie coming after you. Because here's what I'll do. I'll make you try to bite into me. And then when you do that, you're not going to have any teeth left. That's how tough of a cookie I am. You bite into this Tough Cookie, and you will break every single tooth in your mouth. So don't even think about it. All right? That's right. Choose Trucker John. Vote blue and choose Trucker John. I'm spitballing here, folks. I'm just spitballing. But yeah, if you can only choose one, it damn well, goddamn better well be Trucker John. You know, how do you think if it weren't for Trucker John, I'd probably be in some trash can. Who keeps a Tough Cookie around? What do you guys do with your Tough Cookies? I mean, come on. So I owe everything to Trucker John. So I'm fully 100% on board with if there's only one choice, it's got to be Trucker John. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's Trucker John all the way. That's all I got to say. Yeah, there's a rhyme for you. Huh? It's Trucker John all the way. That's all I got to say. Trademark, Tough Cookie. Yeah. Trucker John's not the only one that can trademark shit. So there. Stick that in your milk and soak it. Or whatever. Uh-oh. Hi. I'm waiting. There we go. I was waiting. I'm here. Trucker John, there was a little bit of he was I missed my cue. And Trucker John was sort of just staring, and it was kind of funny and hilarious. But here I am. I'm here. I'm here to say hi. I hope you guys are feeling good. I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling okay. And I do agree with Tough Cookie. If there's only one show that you can watch, let's say there's only one, you only got time for one, then I say make it Trucker John. Be a part of the 1.9 million minute watchers. My goodness gracious, look at those numbers, 307,000. Look at that. Be a part of it. Be a part of it. Yeah. Yeah, so if you only got one, if there's only one you can watch, I highly recommend Trucker John. All the way. Number one in my heart, in my program. Is Trucker John putting out programs? No, he should. Hey, Trucker John, you might want to think about putting out some programs. And then you could be number one in it, I guess. But anyhow, thanks for being here, guys. You guys are awesome. I just wanted to say hi before Trucker John shuts down the show for today. Wanted to make sure I get in here and say hello to everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of the great show. Thanks for being a part of that 1.9 million Minutes watched. What the hell is that all about? Is that real? I don't even know if that's real. I'm actually wondering about that's got to be. I think it's real, but anyhow, it's got to be real. It's got to be real. All right. So anyhow, yeah, number one show, number one choice. Your top of mind when you're thinking about watching something on YouTube. It should be Trucker John. That's all I gotta say. That's my positive message for the day. All right. Look at there. Those guys, you just never know when those guys are going to pop in. They just pop in and they just say whatever they're going to say. I didn't even know what they're going to say. I don't even know. You just never know what Tough Cookie and Paul the Purple Beard guy are going to say. CN now is I think Trucker John is done for the day. Well, almost. We're getting down. Yeah, I'm about ready to wind it up. We've gone over 2 hours, 2.5 hours, so about ready to do it. But yeah, I'm gonna be a few more minutes. I'm gonna scroll down in the old chat room. W says can't buy memberships for some reason today. I don't know what that's about. I have no idea. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know. I don't know. Applet says Tough Cookie always reminds me of you using 2 cheese slice for your Sammy because you forgot to buy bread. Oh. I think I've done that. Actually. Yeah. I think I have done that. Tom Bias says, yes, Wes, my real name is Thomas Bias. I just try not to be so revealing in this public platform. I might be technophobic. Well, I'm just glad you're here, Tom. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us in the lounge, the driver's lounge. And I do have another driver's lounge over at Discord if you guys want to hang out over there. We got members only Mondays starting this Monday. I haven't nailed down the time, but I'll try to send out or put a notification on there, and you guys can check that. Applet says, yes, you have. It was the first time I watched your show, laughing out loud. I don't know. But anyhow, guys, so yeah, we'll do that. Oh, and there's another thing. I did want to put another little thing up. I think I guess I got everything up I was going to do. I guess we could put a little picture of Kamala. There's a little deal there. Kamala Harris. Put her over there. Little decorations for the wall here. But yeah, Kamala Harris is going to be, I believe, our next president of the United States. Let's get used to it. I know all of us are. Most of us in this chat room, we can't wait. Make sure you vote blue, down ticket. Vote blue for all that's dear to you. Vote blue no matter who. Vote for John Tester, you folks up there in Montana, right? Sherrod Brown in Ohio, make sure you vote for him. If you guys can lend any support in whatever way you can to those campaigns, we need to make sure we keep the Senate. And we cannot let Republicans get in there and obstruct. Make sure you support your U.S. House, members, and we get the House back. We need to get control of the House. Vote blue for all that's dear to you. If you are worried about, or you want to, worried about your women having reproductive choice, being able to have choice over their body, make decisions over their body, and not have fucking Mike Johnson deciding or whatever, then you vote blue. I've gone down this list before, right? The things that are dear to us. Medicare for all, having any possibility of that ever happening, or at least strengthening Obamacare, or making it more affordable, making it more accessible. If those things are dear to you, you vote blue, because the Republicans, number one, they don't have plans. Apparently, Trump has some concepts. Apparently, he had 4 years as president to do something. He didn't do anything. I don't know what his fucking excuse is, and I don't know why people will think that if he didn't do anything during his first presidency, what the hell he's going to do now? That's kind of why people who lose don't ever run again. I mean, if they, I'm not talking about if you were even like Biden ran for president before, but he dropped out early. I'm not talking about that. But if you become like the nominee, or if you're a one-term president, the reason that they usually don't run again is because you're a failure. You had your chance, and you failed. So why the hell Donald Trump thinks he's going to get elected again is beyond me, and why anyone would vote for this fucking loser is beyond me. Donald Trump, you're a loser, and you failed. You failed at everything. The only thing you accomplished, and which is basically the main reason that the Republican Party exists in the first place, is that you lowered taxes on rich people. That's basically all you did. And you stripped away some really valuable EPA regulations that were really good for our environment, and also that were protecting consumers, right? And protecting the public. You did away with some of those. That's all you did. You killed 1 million people with COVID, with your botching of COVID. People want to blame Joe Biden for the botched withdrawal of Afghanistan. Well, Donald Trump, you are the one that sabotaged that with your fucking wheeling and dealing and all your bullshit, releasing 5,000 Taliban fighters. That bomber, for all I know, was one of those. You lie, you lie, you lie, you lie. All you do is lie, Donald Trump. You had your chance. You failed. You're a failure. We're not gonna vote you back in. My big fear is down ballot. But I don't mean to overlook, and we can't get complacent. We got to vote for Kamala, of course. Show up and vote. But down ballot too is so important. We cannot have Republican obstructionism in our Congress. We cannot have a Mitch McConnell clone in the majority of the Senate. We cannot have Mike Johnson continue in the House. We need a Hakeem Jeffries to lead the House. We need to continue our leadership, Democratic leadership in the Senate. And I didn't mention Chuck Schumer's name because that's not my point. I'm not saying we need Chuck Schumer. I'm saying we need a Democrat. We need the Democratic majority there. We need to keep it going. So make sure you guys vote. I'm getting stuffed up again for some odd reason. So thank you guys for being here. You guys are really, really awesome. Thanks for all the support. Look, we got, see, where is it? It's over here. Over here. Where is it? Let's see. Which hand is it? It's this hand? No, it's this hand. Okay. It's because it comes out backwards. Thanks for your support. Look at those numbers. We got some great numbers. You guys are hitting it out of the ballpark. You guys are really being awesome. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. The more the merrier. Let's get the more. Let's grow the show. Keep growing. Keep getting bigger and stronger and bigger and badder and bolder, bouncier, whatever. I don't know. And I'll see you guys again. Members only Monday? I'm thinking around 11 a.m. Pacific time is what I'm thinking. And we'll just do a little members only show. And then again, Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Okay. That's when I'll see you guys next. And I guess that's it. So thank you again so much for being here, guys. I do appreciate it. Now I got to go stretch my hammies because I don't want to pull anything.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid. But doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, He's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back.